We're going to get started, folks. If everybody that can find a seat would like a seat, just ask everybody to spread out. Keep your distance, please. I know everybody wants to get in and have a close look, but we still want to make sure we maintain protocols, and thank you very much. A few more chairs over here, if anybody would like. All right, I think we're ready. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this special surprise event. And I hope, Louise, this is a surprise event. Excellent. And thank you very much to our guest of honor, Louise Johnson, for sparing some time to join us on this milestone birthday. I'd like to start this morning's special milestone birthday event by acknowledging that the land on which we gather is situated within the traditional and treaty territories of the Mississaugas, more specifically the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation, signatories of the Gunshot Treaty of 1788 and the Williams Treaty of 1923. This land is and will continue to be home to the Indigenous peoples. Let us acknowledge the mistakes and traumas of the past through authenticity and support truth and reconciliation. Let us engage and celebrate Indigenous communities by being leaders of action in acknowledging the United Declaration of Rights of Indigenous Peoples and the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's recommendations towards truth and reconciliation. Let us keep these principles close as we continue towards truth and reconciliation and as we move forward with kindness and respect as a community. Thank you. I'd like to call on Reverend Cordelia Karpenko from St. Paul's United Church, Ajax, to offer birthday prayer for Louise, please. Cordelia?
Let us pray. O holy God, we give you thanks on this day for Louise Johnson, for the role that she has played in our community, for the role she has played in St. Paul's United Church since its earliest days, as she has been an elder, she has led Sunday school, she has managed the archives and done so much more. We give thanks for all that she means to all those who are gathered here and all those who are watching at home. It's Louise, on this your 100th birthday, may God bless you and keep you. May God make his face to shine upon you and have mercy on you. May God lift up his countenance unto you, this day and always. Amen. Happiest of birthdays, Louise, from all of us at St. Paul's.
Thank you very much, Reverend Karpenko. I want to quickly recognize and thank members of Ajax Council, Louise's family members, for all joining us today, as well as some special guests that are watching from a distance with masks on to comply with COVID-19 regulations. And I hope you can all hear me in the back there and online. Start off, we have several members of our council here. I think you're all standing here behind me. Councillor Tyler Morin, Councillor Bauer, Councillor Dyes, Councillor Khan, Councillor Crawford. I want to thank you folks. Together, we couldn't have done it without your support in this, and I do appreciate that. I believe Mark Holland, our MP, is going to be joining us shortly. We have our MPP, Rod Phillips, here. We have our former Ajax Mayor, Steve Parrish, is here. Thanks for coming, Steve. We also have our former MPP for Ajax, Mr. Joe Dixon, here as well. We have several members from our local seniors clubs, and we also have members here from our Lakeridge Health. And if I missed anybody, I truly apologize. But thank you, everybody, for joining us here on this very special event. As I said, this truly is a special day for an incredibly special person. We're honored to be celebrating Louise Johnson's 100th birthday. I think that deserves a round of applause. those that helped us today, we owe a huge thank you to the Ajax Pickering Butterfly Way Rangers for doing all of the planting and beautiful garden behind. Thank you. And to our operations staff, led by Andrew Jackson. I saw Andrew here somewhere. If he's still here, I think you've done a great job in the design of this today. And finally, last but not least, to my amazing assistant, Jen, wherever you are, and our government relations person, Rachel, who we're going to miss very soon because she's moving on. But thank you very much, Rachel. I know you two have put so much time and effort into planning this today, and very, very much appreciated. Thank you very much. For the few that haven't had the pleasure of meeting Louise in person, let me tell you a little bit about her history and about the town of Ajax. Louise was originally from Saskatchewan and relocated to what was then Pickering Township before the town of Ajax formally existed. In 1942, at the age of 21, be one of the thousands of women that came from across the country to work at Defense Industries Limited during World War II. Throughout the war effort, DIL in Ajax served as the largest municipal plant in the British Commonwealth, an institution pushing out massive amounts of ammunition to support our Allied forces in the war. It's because of women like Louise that men fighting overseas were kept supplied with shell ammunition and in turn were able to win the war in 1945. Since then, DIL and the efforts of bomb girls like Louise have become a symbol for the beginning of changing perceptions about women's roles and women in the workforce. Louise found love while working on a line at DIL, and in 1943 married Russell Johnson, and the newlyweds moved into their home just around the corner on Glynn Road, where Louise continues to reside today. With World War II and her DIL days behind her, Louise has been actively involved in the Ajax community for over 70 years. In addition to organizing reunions for DIL workers, Louise has been outspoken about her DIL experience as the face of the Ajax Bomb Girls campaign, which successfully lobbied for the first monument in Canada dedicated to women war workers and was unveiled at Pat Bailey Square in 2018. Louise is truly ingrained in the fabric of this community. She's been part of countless clubs, organizations, and events over the years. For example, while she served on the Ajax Historical Board, Louise was active in HMS Ajax anniversary visits, plaque dedications, and served on the editorial board for the Illustrated History of Ajax book. She was active in the Lord Elgin Home and School Association, the Ajax Business and Professional Women's Council, the Ajax Garden Club, St. Paul's United Church in Ajax, and many seniors clubs and the Ajax Film Council, whose work you can find in the Ajax Library archives. Louise has often been called upon over the years and as an unofficial archivist of Ajax. She was also an Olympic torchbearer and active in the 2015 Pan Am Games in Ajax, in addition to winning the Ajax Civic Award in 1991 and the Seniors Award in 2007. And that's only scratching the surface. Louise, it's truly my honor to wish you a happy birthday on behalf of the town of Ajax, Ajax Council, and all of our now 130,000 plus Ajax residents. Thank you. I'd now like to turn the mic over to Shane Lambert, Louise's grandson, to say a few words on behalf of his mother, Linda, who unfortunately wasn't able to make it today, but I know is tuning in today from home. Shane, please come forward.
Happy birthday, Nana. I am the grandson, Shane. I'm from Elora, Ontario today. I've brought my wife, Nanoni, and the grandkids, Tegan and George. And also from Pembroke, Ontario, my sister Kaylin, her husband Dave, and great-grandson Matthew. We are very excited that we were able to be here for this special celebration. Of course, we're all disappointed that our sister Tammy, her husband John, great-grandchildren Riley and Aiden, Louise's daughter Linda, and Dad Larry are unable to travel from Thunder Bay. And we all know how very badly they would like to be here to see you in person. Our family is so very grateful to everyone here, not only for working so very hard to make this occasion extra spectacular amidst trying times, but for the companionship, assistance, and love you have given to Louise when we weren't able to. Thank you all. I won't dwell on how trying these times have been for us all. Wars and pandemics are Louise's epic, century-long tale to tell. By sharing her experiences with us, she has taught us strength through adversity and the importance of family, friends, community, and kindness. War may have brought people together in an empty field outside of Pickering, but it was the folks who stayed, who built this community, and pioneered the home of Ajax. Of course, Ajax was much smaller then, and every time I return here to my childhood home, I turn 12 again. I remember playing in the cornfields and skating in the wetlands where Dennis O'Connor High School now stands, and never really thinking that Louise was our Nana, one's Nan. She knows everyone in town, and everyone knows her. I remember thinking that she pretty much have started every social club that anyone could belong to. Nature has always played an important role in defining our family's values. Although my parents took us canoeing and camping and taught us how lucky we were to live in the province of Ontario, really, Nana had the best trips. The big city, the GO train, streetcars, subways, the CNE, Ontario Place, the Royal Winter Fair, the outdoors show where she helped me pick out my first tackle box, which I still use today. Instilling in us the values of money and wise choices, and probably letting us have far too much candy. Our favorite, though, were trips to the horticultural show, Nana's Domain. When I see a flower, I think of Nana. I went online to buy you a birthday gift, but the Amazon website was down, and due to disruptions in the supply chain, there's a global shortage of slippers, which would have paled in comparison to such a fitting, appropriate, and generous gift as this beautiful garden park. Nana has taught us that gardens are all about sharing, cooperation, community, and the rewards of a little hard work. And not to go to the garden in search of solitude. God is in the garden and always replies, it is where he hears us the clearest, and always replies in the beauty and wonderment of the natural world. Thank you all very much, and happy birthday, Nana. We love you.
Thank you, Shane. Great job. It's a great pleasure to ask everyone here at home and at home to please join in singing Happy Birthday to Louise. And my goodness, I guess I have to start. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Louise. Happy birthday to you. I wonder if we could bring Louise up nearer to the front so she could see what we have behind me a little better. I think that's fine, although we'll give the cameras a moment just to move over. We have Councillor Dyes and Councillor Bauer that are going to help us with this. We'll just give 1 second for... You're okay. You're okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not fair. Are you ready? Ladies, could you please unveil? Gives me great pleasure to dedicate the Louise Johnson Parquet in honor of your 100th birthday and all of your contributions to our great town of Ajax, and wish you many, many, many more. I hope you can return here often and enjoy this recognition of your contributions. So on behalf of Ajax Council, we're proud to dedicate this pollinator garden and parquet to you, Louise, on the occasion of your 100th birthday. I already said this. Wish you many more. Louise, do you have a few words you'd like to say? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I will. Okay. There we go.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. And to everyone who is here, I just am overwhelmed. You know, a few years ago, my eye doctor said I had dry eyes, and which means I can't cry, which is a really good thing because that's what I would be doing if I could. Because I'm so grateful to everyone who has come out today. Even the weatherman had a hand in it. It's a beautiful day. And so many people, I wish we didn't have the masks because it's hard to, it's hard to identify you, but thank you for coming. And a little bit about coming here. I worked at the City Hospital in Saskatoon, and recruiters came from, people from DIL employment offices came to, and they advertised in the newspaper, but I got a telephone call in the house where I was rooming and invited to come in for an interview. And I did that. I talked to Cease Robinson, the Robinson family. I think some of them still live in Ajax. And they explained about the war plant in Ontario. I was away from home. My home was a couple of 100 miles away, but I wrote to my father for permission to take this job. I said it's a dangerous job, they tell me, but we should win this war soon. And the only letter I ever got from my father was a letter that said, go for it. My father didn't know at the time that I married while I was here, and we had roots here, and I'm still here. And I love Ajax. Ajax is my town. I know some of you think you have a hand in it, but one of the first experiences that I had that confused me was we took the train to Toronto, and then there were buses and escorts to bring us the rest of the way. There were 3 Greyhound buses full of girls that day. And so I'm paying attention. We came past little towns, one like Dunbarton, where I saw a gas station called the Honest Crooks. And as we came down this street, which was not called Harwood, I saw a sign that said, the sign was down that way a little bit, and it said, Toronto, this way. Confusion reigned because I knew Toronto was over there. I just came from there. So that was my first experience with a cloverleaf. You had to go east to get west. And there were lots of other things I learned as time went by, made many friends, had many opportunities. Life comes along and you get a chance to help out or a chance to say, no, I'm too busy. And I seem to have been fairly busy along the way, which some people here can attribute to, and happy I was able to do those things. I think they've all been covered. And thank you, Shane, for making the journey this morning. You had to get up really early, and I didn't. All of you are here? Wow. What are we having for lunch? Well, never mind. We'll work that out. Thank you for coming. And to the Smart family, there are no words to explain the care that they have given me over the years. And they are all here today, supporting me, wheeling me around, making sure I'm comfortable, making sure I'm fed, and everything is fine at my house. Thank you so much. And all the rest of the friends who come and go and water my plants and all those interesting things that have to be done when you can live in your own home, which I am very grateful for. Thanks, everyone. Oh, did I mention the bench? Did anybody mention the bench? You will? Thank you so much. That's a fine tribute to all of the people who worked so hard. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Louise, and taking my lines as well. No, I'm just teasing. I actually didn't even have that on my notes, but I did neglect to point out that the bench that is here is dedicated to all the women war workers that worked at DIL Industries, which is amazing tribute as well in this great parkette. So that basically concludes our event today. We have some gifts over here, and we have some pictures I think we're going to take. But I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining us here today. It means so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, and we wanted something close to your house as well, so that you could come and visit when. No, it's close, and hopefully, find someone to bring you by. I think so. I think we'll leave it.